Hello and a warm welcome to News Across Nigeria, where we give you information on what's happening across the 36 states of the Nigerian Federation. I'm Olumide Macaulay on today's edition. Mr. Yahaya Bello sworn in as governor of Kogi State. The Health Ministry in Borno State takes urgent action against polio. And environmental awareness as gully erosion is tackled in Edo State. And we begin in the north-central region of the country. Mr. Yahaya Bello has been sworn into office as governor of Kogi State. He took his oath of office earlier today as the fourth governor of the confluent state in front of a huge crowd of All Progressives Congress Party supporters. Mr. Bello was sworn in spite of several lawsuits challenging his election following the death of the former APC candidate Abubakar Audu during the elections.
Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives I wish to reiterate that President Muhammadu Buhari said in his celebrated swearing-in speech on May 29, 2015, I quote, "I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody." End of quote. This quote is a complete worldview which defines the purpose and methodology of my administration and sets agenda of inclusiveness, which I am determined will characterize my tenure. In this singular sentence, Mr. President summarized the restorative force of the change ideology with which our great party, the APC, has swept Nigeria. I now declare it our guiding principle for fair action and equitable governance in Kogi State. I hereby declare and affirm that the Yahaya Bello administration will have zero tolerance for corruption and impunity. I will lead Kogi State by honest and humble example. So help me God.
Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello at his swearing-in ceremony, the speech he was delivering after he took his oath of office there in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital. However, there's a subplot to this story. The Deputy Governor-elect, Honorable James Faleke, who is currently representing Lagos State at the Federal House of Representatives, made true to his threat not to present himself for the swearing-in. Mr. Faleke had told Channels Television in an interview that he notified his party, the All Progressives Congress, about his non-interest in the deputy governorship position. Take a listen.
He's the deputy governor. The main reason is that I have stated it clearly before now that I was never consulted by him nor the party before making me the deputy governor candidate to him. And I made it very clear that I was not interested in becoming his deputy governor because he had never shared his vision with me, unlike my late boss who called me and shared his vision and made me to buy into that vision before I committed myself into being his running mate. And for that main reason, there was no point for me to having won an election convincingly in my mind to now go and become another running mate to another election.
We'll see what happens in Kogi State concerning the position of Mr. James Faleke. Now, away from politics, to the northwestern part of the country, the Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has paid a visit to the popular station food market that was gutted by fire yesterday. Governor El-Rufai commiserated with the traders and promised to relocate them to a temporary place until plans are concluded for a modern neighborhood market. At least 700 shops were destroyed in the fire, which is expected or suspected to have been caused by an electoral fault.
What is sad for me is not just the loss of property and lives in this case, but the fact that the firefighting equipment could not get in to reduce the losses because of the way and manner the market itself is designed and structured. We already have plans for this market. We have plans to build a modern neighborhood center across the railway line and relocate them. This has happened. We will use the opportunity to try to get them to a new, safer and more accessible location so that in the event of this kind of misfortunes, at least the firefighting engines can get in there and reduce the losses. Our emergency management agency was on hand as quickly as it can, but the fire brigade could not do much. The leadership of the market and our officials will sit to assess the situation and make a report to the government for further action.
Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai commenting on the recent fire incidents in that part of the country. His counterpart in Adamawa State also had some comments to make about the recent violence that occurred there. Please stay with us.